What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. GV here again. So today I'm in a small little village here called Kilmeague in County Kildare. Beautiful scenic little village here. So there's a lovely Church of Ireland church called Kilmeague just here, and a graveyard. So I'm going to take you inside and read some of these beautiful stones. So you can just see the gates of the church there behind me, and really warm today. It's about 30 degrees Celsius, so I'm melting today. So let's go inside and see what's in here. So you can just see the old, as you come in, phone boxes they used to use here in Ireland years ago. A squeaky gate. So this is the church, and it's quite beautiful. So as you can see, it's the Church of Ireland, the United Diocese of Meath and Kildare. Kilmeague, it's pronounced, parish church. You can just see all the service times. And the Reverend Tim Wright is there. So first of all, we'll read these ones here. Look at this one. This is a general, it looks like. Sacred to the memory of General Thomas James Galloway, Colonel 70th Regiment, who died September the 15th, 1881, aged 81 years old. We have this rather nice one here as well. And I did bring my torch, so I'm just going to read this here. It says, "The dead in Christ shall rise first." And that's just a saying there at the back of it. So I'm going to go around here and see, can I read? You can just see the headstone there, and it's a scroll design that's on it. Loving remembrance of our dear and honoured Father George Garrett, M.A., Canon of Kildare and Rural Dean for 32 years, Rector of this parish, who entered into rest in July the 14th, 1908. And just underneath in here, then it's kind of hard to get in there, and it says Anna. It looks like up there, the name is there, Anna Maria Louisa, the beloved wife of Canon Garrett, Rector, who died in 1900 December. Beautiful design there on that grave, the scroll. So that's a canon's grave and the rector of the parish. Now this one is really beautiful looking. Look at that, the old railing that goes around it, and I'm not sure if that's a vault or not. I don't know what you guys think, but that railing is there. So I don't know, was that an entrance into a vault, or was it just a part of the railing there? Design on it. Now it is hard to see to get over this, so but you can just see on top of it there, you see like a, if I can zoom in, an animal of some sort just there. Design on top of that. Now it does look like a fox that's on that. And up top then we have this beautiful urn with that veil going over the top of the urn there. They're really nice, those old graves with the urns on them. So I'm going to try and read it from here. So this one says, in memory of Reverend Arthur John Preston, who died the 11th of April 1875. I have to apologise for the noise. We're very near the street there in traffic. So he died in 1875. He was the eldest son of the very Reverend Arthur John Preston, Dean of Limerick, and was 47 years rector and vicar of the United Parishes of Kilmeague and Rathern, it says. Also, presbytery of Lullamore. And then below that we have John Beresford Preston, youngest son of Arthur, who died in 1867, aged 20 years old, and Harriet Frances, their infant daughter, who died the 19th of March 1843. She was born in March 1843 and she died in May 1845, so only 2 years old, their infant daughter. Very sad, you know, to see all the people that died back in the 1800s so young. And well, that's the church. Beautiful looking church. Now this one here is gorgeous. It's a Woodmen of the World design on this. Loving memory of our dear parents, Joseph Lazenby, who died the 16th of March 1913, aged 70. Also his wife Elizabeth, who died in June 1914, aged 65, and their grandson Joseph L. Carter, who died in 1970, aged 72, and his dear wife Catherine Florence, who died in 1981, aged 64. But just look at that design on that headstone there. The Woodmen of the World, they call it, feature. Beautiful headstone, and not only does it have that, but you can also see there's a very large log looking style here on the headstone as well, with that timber look or that wood look it has. And even the surrounding of the grave has that wood look to it also. So it's really nice. Now there's a beautiful one here, and it looks like these were either cleaned or maybe just replaced. I'm not quite sure, but they are beautiful. Just look at the plot. Quite large, this plot. Fresh flowers here. Really nice. And this one says, in loving memory of Hilda Florence Stevenson, who died the 14th of August 1974, aged 78 years. Hello to whoever you are. Also her husband Norman, who died the 10th of July 1981, aged 78 years old. And quite busy village here. Now this is an obelisk design, and it's really, really nice. I haven't seen one like this, and I'm going to show you the top part of it there. Has that beautiful design on top. So this was erected by Eliza Spooner in loving memory of her husband Thomas Spooner, who died the 14th of January 1884, aged 72 years old. Also his father, Robert Spooner, who died 12th of November 1840, aged 56. William T. Spooner died in 1958, aged 3 years old. And below that then we have Thomas Spooner, who died in 1932, aged 48. Her son Desmond, who died in 1931, aged 10 years old. And down the bottom then, Albert Thomas Spooner died the 29th of April 1989, aged 66, and his wife Harriet Haddy, in brackets, died the 25th of June 2020, aged 89. So Harriet would have been the last family member to be buried here in this plot. What a beautiful grave monument there. And we have another headstone here, that Woodman design here again. In loving memory of Hannah Maria Carter, who died the 28th of May in 1931, aged 60. Her daughter Frances Emily died in 1911, aged only 11 years old. Her son Edward died 18th of May 1920, aged 20 years old. And her son Frederick George died 4th of August 1940, aged 29 years old. It's a beautiful graveyard. It's here in a small village, and you can just see in the background those hills and the old pub across the road in the village there and stuff. Beautiful looking church. And I've just seen pictures. Before I came here, I was looking at a couple of pictures of inside of the church, and the stained glass inside there is absolutely out of this world, and unfortunately it looks like it's closed today, but I would have brought you inside to give you a look. Now, whatever I can find online of those stained glass windows, I will add it to the video and I'll put it up for you to have a look at that. Extremely warm today. Some more old graves there. We have this one like a book symbol here in memory of my beloved husband, William Tyrrell, who died 21st of April 1907, aged 77 years old. Also his son, Philip, who died 1872, aged 8 years old, and his daughter Margaret, who died November 1879, aged 3 years old. Very sad to lose kids there again, 3 years old. And all these people died very young back in the 1800s from fever maybe and stuff like that, and illnesses. And back in the day they wouldn't have a cure for stuff like that like they would maybe today. Another beautiful headstone here, all that flowers. Another Woodmen of the World design here in loving memory of our dear father William George Carter, who departed this life September 1926, aged 60. Also his dear mother Josephine Carter, who departed this life 10th of January 1952, aged 72 years old. Their twin grandchildren, Helena Margaret Josephine, who died in 1942, aged only 1 day, it says on it. William George died the 12th of December 1942, aged 3 days. Their son Thomas died in December 1960, aged 55, so that is extremely unusual and sad at the same time, very, very sad. And I've just noticed on that twin grandchildren, it says, who died. So Helena Margaret died on the 10th of September 1942, and William George died 2 days later, aged 3 days. So they lost 2 small children, only 1 day old, 3 days old, in the space of 2 days. 2 days apart. That is heartbreaking to see that. And I can't imagine how they felt back in the 1942 to lose 2 small children 2 days apart. So rest in peace to the Carter family. Now this is a very, very large plot here. You can see all this railing that goes all the way up along, and I would say this plot from one end to the other, it's at least 20 or 30 feet in length, so that's how big it is. So I'm going to read this one here. In loving memory of Wigstrom Hercules Beresford, late of Sandhampton House, Worcestershire, who was born on the 10th of November 1908 and died in January 1985, eldest son of Major de Courcy Wheeler of Robertstown, County Kildare, and his wife Mary Judith, who died in 2000, only daughter of Lieutenant Harold Rothwell Bentley of Seaford, Sussex. And you can just see on the grave slab there, all those letters stand out. They look like kind of lead looking letters on that design. So you can just see all the graves up along. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people buried in this one plot here. And the one next door then, it says Nancy Guinevere St. George, who was born in 1914 and died in 1969, daughter of Major de Courcy Wheeler. And on this one here it says, memory of Margaret, born in 1833 and died in 1852. Elizabeth Henrietta, I think the A is missing off that, so she was born in 1830 and died in 1855, so only 25 years old. Dorothy died in 1874. And Willemsa Florence died in 1892. Daughters of George Nelson Wheeler, Ansborough House. So all these were very important people back in the day, in the 1800s. Loving memory of Isabella B. Gregg, Kilmeague, died the 27th of January 1965, age 82. So it's a beautiful old graveyard, and has all this old style windows in the church there. You can just see the tower there, the old bell tower. And I think this at one stage would have been some part of the old church here. You can just see the window in it there. And that old window that's bricked up there. Now there is a light on inside, but unfortunately I can't see anything in there. Those windows seem to be like, you can just see the light is on inside there. It's a lamp. But I believe it's absolutely stunning in there with the stained glass. I'm going to read this one here for you guys. Loving memory of our mother Anna Maria Hemingway, who died March 1908, aged 65 years old. Also her son Ernest, who died in 1909, aged 24 years old. Another nice design there again. Grave. Erected by Thomas Hendy, in loving memory of Harriet Thornton. Ballyteague Castle, who died the 13th of January 1948 at 79, and the above Thomas, who died in 2010, that looks like age 92 years old. So Ballyteague Castle, so these people lived in a castle. How interesting. So I'm going to go back up this way, guys, and go all the way around then and show you the remaining graves that's here. In loving memory of Emily Simpson, who died the 9th of June 1938, aged 59, and her sister Harriet Singleton, who died in 1939, aged 79 years old. I just love the names on these Church of Ireland ones. The surnames, they're names I have never heard before. And there's a better view of the old church again there. Some tabletop graves. And that's just an example, as I was telling you about there a few minutes ago, the one I was reading, that big plot. That's how big it actually looks when you're standing up on the hill here with that old wrought iron railing going around it. So I'm actually melting today. Very, very warm. We're about, I'd say, an hour and 50 minutes from home today. So we've travelled quite a bit today also. And to get to where we wanted to go today. But always worth the trip. Always worth the trip. These places are worth going, you know. You have to sometimes travel that bit further to find all these beautiful places that are hidden away in small villages. And that's what we do. In loving memory of my dear husband William Gray, who departed this life the 4th of May 1956, aged 77. Also his wife Harriet Jane Gray, who died in 1977, aged 83, and their daughter Annie Constance, 2009. There's another Woodmen of the World headstone there as well. So some beautiful graves in this old Church of Ireland. And I believe it was the architect who built the church, I think, was his surname was Frederick, and it was built between 1798 and 1870 something. I'm not quite sure, I'll have to look it up. But there, he was the architect who was involved in this building of this church. Robert Macpherson Chisholm, who died in 1913, aged 54, and his eldest son Alexander who died in 1913, aged only 21 years old. Seems to be quite a few of these woodmen of the world type graves. You just see another one there, made to look like part of a tree. This is John Joseph Payne, beloved husband and father, who departed this life in 1956, aged 43 years old. Quite nice. So that's the village here of Kilmeague, it's called. Beautiful small village in County Kildare. Stevenson is the name on this, 1873 in May, who died. Tabletop grave. So there's that gate where I came in, and there's that old-fashioned pub called Moores across the road. So there's only this corner of the graveyard here where I'm going to finish up, guys, and read some of these ones here, and wrap up the video after this, after I read this handful of graves here. This one is Carter, Joan Carter, who died the 3rd of January 2012. We have that noisy dog. So there's two here, they're very old. So I want to look at these. And you see that lovely railing going around that there again, the old rusty railing. And they're buried right beside the beautiful church here. And at one stage, actually, I just spotted over here, you can see this kind of stonework here like an arch, and I wonder, was that some form of a vault or something that went in under the church? You can just see the concrete and the stone arch design there on it, and there's that stone there then that's across from it. So it's something to think about. There could have been an entrance in under that church at one time or another. So it says, in loving remembrance of little Polly, it says, little Polly, who departed, the dearly loved child of George and Mary Sutcliffe. And it says, taken away February the 28th, 1880. You can just see there. And there's a little verse here. It says, Jesus said, are not two sparrows old for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. Isn't that beautiful? And she died in 1880. And just see it there again, little Polly, she was called, daughter of George and Mary Sutcliffe, and she was only aged 3 years old. But isn't that verse beautiful underneath? And you can see the words there of, are not two sparrows old for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. So that's the grave What a remarkable find there, to find that grave. It's stunning and sad. Only 3 years old back in 1880. Little Polly, she was called, on the headstone. Little girl. So rest in peace, little Polly. Now we have a really nice one here, old, also erected by it's hard to know what that name is there, guys. I think it's Desire. Never seen that. Erected by Desire of George. It's hard to see a name. Who departed this life the 18th of July 1781 or 7, that could be there. Age 73 years old. And his wife Anne, who died May 1775, you can see there, age 68. And the body lies here, it says, with the son and daughter also. Just at the top of the grave, you have these beautiful designs on the headstone. Look at that. And we have a love heart here. And just below the love heart we've seen these on graves before. A beautiful hourglass. Look at that. Amazing designs on this. And crosses. Look at that hourglass. And designs from 1700s. This whole headstone. So guys, I'm going to wrap the video up here, and I just want to say thank you for watching the video, and thank you to everybody who subscribes and watches my videos and hits the like button and does all that stuff. It means a lot to me. And if you like the video, guys, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything to hit the subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up and hit the notification bell also. So for me, grave visitations here in this beautiful old graveyard in County Kildare. I will see you soon on my next adventure. So take care and God bless everyone.